Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. More crazy stuff going on from the Wells camp as usual. How was everybody's weekend? Let's see who's in here. Hey, Barb. Outlaw Trucker. How are you? Angela. Hey, Katie. Hey, Keandra. Hey, Kate. Hello, Savage. What big eyes? You were the first one in here, I believe. That one ginger. Morning. Susan. Hey, Aggie, how you doing? Hi, Andy. Seems like I'm missing somebody. I don't want to miss anybody. Hi, Tammy. Hey, Creepy Barbie. That is quite a name right there. So I hope I got everybody. If not, my apologies. Thank you very much to the new moderators. I know the other day. Hi, Monarch. You guys had your hands full. Barb said, good morning from the land of Grandis Abandus. Hi, Randy. Hey, Blues. Hey, Haunted. Yeah, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We have a special guest today, and of course, our extra special guest that joins us as much as possible, Kevin. So I'm going to bring Kevin up real quick. And hey, Okie. And then we'll let everybody get settled in. I'm going to shoot the shit with him, and then we'll get going. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, everybody in chat. And good morning, Brooks.
That link you sent me, the song we were going to put up for everybody. When I went to hit the link again, I had it pulled up on my phone. I went to hit it, and it said error. Here, let me look at it. It said error.
You want me to send it to you?
Nah, we'll just talk to everybody in here. What I'll do after the show, I'll tell you what I'm going to do from now on.
All righty.
Oh, people said, love me some Kevin and coffee. Yes, Barb, don't we always? I like mornings at Kevin's early so I can start my day off right.
I wonder what chat thinks about I had an idea I gave to Brooks, but how about if like while we're waiting for everyone to get in chat, like we play a song, a different song every time we go live.
And Kevin will dedicate it to Dawn, Candace, Grandis.
And then I'll have one. I'm working on a couple for summer.
So you'll be like the DJ and the host, Kevin.
I don't know. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool to sit back and listen to a song, get your coffee ready, get your cigarettes or whatever, and then we get it rolling.
Hey, just roll with it. Hey, Bex. So we had someone that said they were here for the first time. Hang on. Hey, Kathy. Andrea, hello. First time watching from the UK. Hey, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Glad you're here. Hey, Nicole. We think you're fabulous, too. Shannon's here. Good morning, Shannon. Ginger said, play Johnny Cash, God's Gonna Cut You Down. Ooh.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing I was going to say. It'd be cool, too, because this show is all about, our subs that come listen to us, is maybe we can take some song requests, from people and play a song that chat wants to hear or something. I just thought it'd be kind of a cool idea.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that you're bringing it up to everybody instead of people going, what are they doing? Am I on the wrong channel?
Yeah.
Perfect. This actually worked out really good, Kevin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So did you get everything cleaned up? Trees cut up?
Yep. I got all the wood cut up. It's stacked in the back. And the city still has a ton of trees to clean up. But yeah, power's back. Life is good. I got my ice cream.
Oh, good. Hey, thanks, Barb. Barb said, how about Friends in Low Places?
That's a good song.
It's a great song, and they definitely aren't friends that I'd want.
Well, and we do have a song for you guys today that nobody on in the YouTube world has even talked about. I think it'll definitely push the point, don't you, Brooks?
Yeah. Yeah, Savage, we have to look at that too about the copyright strike. So I have to look at that. Savage said you can't play another artist or music, or you'll get it has to be original. Well, I don't think I don't know, Kevin, are you a very good songwriter?
I could be, but
We have
I'm not really worried about.
Somebody wants.
I'm not really Savage. I'm just curious if why you're worried about a copy strike if we play a song off of YouTube. I'm just curious. That's all.
Well, I think she's seen it happen on other channels, but we'll do our research today, Kevin. People are always trying to take our fun away, not Savage, but YouTube in general. YouTube, Facebook. Haunted said she can write songs. He or she. Somebody wants one about Candace and silver bracelets.
Okay. Well, we got one today we're going to show. So I don't think, after seeing this, I don't think anyone will want to copy strike us. In fact, you'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm not worried about it.
So you got all of that. Yeah, YouTube does suck. I swear, like YouTube and Facebook were like really created like in the early 80s, and they just didn't tell us about it for like years later because they're way behind on things. Haunted said he, him. I never know if I'm talking to a man or a woman, Haunted. I apologize, but now I know. Susan said, I'm a retired songwriter, professional vocalist. Well,
Cool.
I would love for you to come up and sing for us.
Karaoke, YouTube style.
We could start. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. You've got all kinds of ideas.
I'll bet our guest is chomping at the bit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him up, and we are going to talk about all the reasons that Candace is not a victim in this. So light the chat up with what you think. And discover true crime. Internet wasn't around in the 80s. Yeah, I know. It's a joke. It's just, they just seem to be so behind. They seem to be so behind on things, especially the strikes against people going to Facebook jail because they can't understand context. Oh, Bex, you know what? We are going to talk about that. Probably not today. Let's see. No, it's okay. Discover true crime. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring Doug up. Hey, good morning, Doug.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning, chat.
Hey, thanks for being
Morning,
here.
Douglas.
Good morning, you guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Haunted said it's called censorship. Have you had any issues with Doug with Facebook, YouTube, any of that stuff?
See, I'm very, very low with social media. I don't do a lot of stuff like that, so I kind of stay under the radar, just my YouTube. When it comes to the copyrighted music, as long as you give the credits to them, and you could put that in your what's it called? When you're making your video, there's a selection where you can actually put copyrighted music and give the credits, so you don't get struck or anything like that.
Okay.
Or you can share. You can turn out like I did when I had the song Bubble Butt was on my channel. They actually copyrighted me for that, but I clicked to share the royalties with them. So they uncopyrighted me and everything. It works out. Depends on how.
Well, I hope they don't depend on my royalties. They're gonna starve to death.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, your Benny impersonation, that should be a copyright. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
oh my!
I have a wake up call that I wake up to every morning.
Oh, let's hear it.
You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. All right, ready? That's how I wake up every day, you know.
Yeah,
Wake
good.
up,
Oh
wake
my
up,
God.
wake up
Everybody
to my
saying
boyfriend Benny, you know.
it's like we have Don and Benny on the show.
And you got Don B also. It's all good. We got 3 different people.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about that for a second. What happened to Don B?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either. It seems like, to me, in my opinion, Benny and the Shares scared him or something. Because
It's like Benny and the Jets.
go ahead.
It's like
Yeah.
Benny and the Jets. Their little gang, their little crew.
Yup. The Powder Rangers. Oh, that's what I call them. The Powder Rangers.
You know, you can do anything in the morning if you just have some coffee and a line, you know.
Yeah.
God, man.
Oh my God.
Live.
We can
from
go
the-
on for days.
Live from the garage.
I mean, that dude, does he have a job?
No, well, he was driving for Uber Eats, but every time like he would go out to drive for Uber Eats, this is when he would call me back in the day and be like, "Hey, dude, you're going live, or can you go live?" You know, and then he would stay on live for a couple hours and go home. He never. His wife is the breadwinner. Her family has all the money, and Benny doesn't work. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's got a spitting problem. He can't stay in an office because there's not enough spit jugs for him.
Oh.
Well, people are paying him for advocacy classes, so.
Yeah.
My
It's
God.
It's more so for vocabulary. Don's like,
Yeah, no,
Teha, Teha.
Yeah,
That's the Don. Oh, okay, it's the Teha, the whatevers.
I'd like to see him and Don in a spelling bee.
Benny would win. Is that how Benny got those pizzas over to Monica Sherrard? Was that an Uber Eats thing?
No, I actually bought those. He went and picked them up because he couldn't afford them. So I bought them. He picked them up and dropped them off.
Yeah, that was his first victim advocacy class, I believe. He kept saying Monica was a victim.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess depending on how you look at it, I don't know what side you're on. I'm on like the Cash Gurnin or the Summer Wells side. I'm
definitely
not for those people who caused this to happen.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm really tired of people defending these adults.
So what are we going to talk about Little Red Riding Hood?
Well, we're going to start out with this phone call that was made from a friend of Grandis's, and then we're going to circle it. We're going to fit it in with Candace. We're going to go full circle. I'm not going to play the phone call because I didn't have permission from Critical K. I didn't ask. Too many other creators have put it up.
Right.
Kay didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she took the information. You know, the woman was talking. I don't think this woman did anything wrong, but Grandis certainly did, because yet we have another story and more lies. More lies.
Yeah. Just another chapter in the shit show, another slap at the Summer's face. That's all it is. It's Grandma trying to cover her ass.
What did you make out of the phone call, Doug?
Well, I stopped believing them early on. Once the lies started adding up, and there's only so much you can do to get out of the one lie that you have to keep lying on, right? And then hiding behind the Bible and playing the part of this church boy who is just this good person who, you know, had a bad past and has changed and yada, yada, yada. But, everything is fake. It's all rehearsed down to this phone call and the lies that led up to this, because Candace, if anybody, had a lot of our hearts still. Candace still had a lot of our prayers, and for her to turn around and do something like this takes away any kind of, anything that we could believe her. I mean, it's like the boy who cried wolf at this point.
It is, because we have all of these different stories. So, like I said, I'm not going to play the phone call. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard it, or if not, we're just going to go through it. Basically, Grandis's friend, whoever this woman is, she needs her anonymity because God only knows what will happen to her on the internet. Grandis did say that she had an appointment at the hospital. Candace and Summer were taking her. So we know that happened, that she went to the doctor, that Candace and Summer were there. Now this, I had a lot of difficulty hearing this phone call. It broke up a lot for me, but Candace walked her mother in. Boy, Candace is a real walker that day, isn't she? She's walking people everywhere, walking Summer to the porch, walking her mom in the damn hospital.
She ain't walked nowhere. That woman, shit. She might run to get her meth and alcohol, but she damn sure ain't walking Summer anywhere, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think that was just another piece of the puzzle that they were adding because, they had to throw in somehow that she told her brothers to, to watch Summer.
Yep.
She had to go to the scaffolding, and not even the stairs. There's scaffolding there's stairs to go into the house that Don built that on a slant that he's so proud of. That's
It's
just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Real carpentry. Imagine Don working on that house. What do you think that even looks like?
Candace, grab my fucking tape measure, you bitch.
Like let's just cut a hole in the ceiling and put a stripper pole down to the bedroom. That'll be bad.
Oh, Grandis with a stripper pole in her camper.
We'll just do the cocaine Olympics all day long, up and down, up and down, up and down the driveway, up and down the pole, whatever.
Oh my God. She said that she walked Candace walked Amandus into the hospital. She didn't mention Summer, so I don't know if they left Summer in the truck or what. While they were waiting, Hunter called, wanting to know what they were doing while they were in the parking lot. I don't know if I believe that. But anyway, like I said, I'm not saying I don't believe the creator that put this up. I'm not saying I don't believe the caller. I don't believe Grandis.
Well, I don't either at all.
I don't believe the phone call, but more so, the more that we see this picture that we were given and we look into it, like I just saw it yesterday, and I was on Crime Stories Obsessed because that's my internet wife, and I just love and adore her and her work, and and for her to be given that picture and now to find out that it's been altered to make it something else that it isn't, it's just all falling in together with these phone calls, with these recordings. Like,
are you talking about Doug the blue fingernails?
No, I was talking about like the drill photos and things like that, like the trail cams and different things that you guys didn't really want to get into, and I'm not really going to get into. I'll get into maybe later on my channel or something, but right now, I guess if we're just talking about that phone call, I don't believe.
Well, I'm going to put the picture up in a minute on the screen because a lot of people haven't seen it.
Right.
But I think it's more manipulation from their camp.
Yeah, it's their team. But they're a bunch of druggies up all night, have time to think about this. Like everything's a great idea.
Shit.
Everything's a great idea to them.
It's all meth thinking.
Well, it's total paranoia, which I guess I would be paranoid too.
Well, what do you do if you've admitted to being an SA, or an SO and all this other stuff, and then we find out all these other victims come out? What do you do besides try to make people feel sorry for you, or get on your side for empathy and sympathy, but doing that phone call, it didn't help because it was debunked so quickly to where Candace and Don looked even worse, like I said. So, I don't believe this secondary phone call either. And I believe that if they thought they could get away with it the first time, what's not to try again? That's all they have is try again.
They're going to keep doing it. And Candace is an evil woman. I don't think Don is coming up with all this stuff. I think he goes along with it, but I think she really has all of these ideas. And Kevin and I were talking about this. There are two people defending Candace, but Candace is defending no one.
Yep.
and Dawn are defending Candace.
Well, Candace, I think, defends Grandis, right? They're the team.
Yeah, they're the team, but Dawn's the bitch then.
Well, out of all three of us, Grandma's got the biggest brain. That's what he said.
I know. She's the smartest one out of all of us.
Right. Yep.
And actually, if you look at it, she's not flapping her flap, really. I mean, she is, and then she's not, But let's not pussyfoot around Candace, because as far as I'm concerned, Candace is a bad person. I'm sorry, but one of her kids ended up getting hit with a bat. I mean,
that was
Candace.
The turning point for me. Besides the phone call,
Yeah.
when I heard about the child abuse, her oldest two children, that really did it for me.
Both her and Dawn are a special kind of stupid. They are a special kind of stupid that I can't figure out completely, but have 95% to 98% or whatever, 98.7 degrees, whatever he says. There's a few percentage where they may slip through some stuff on us, but majority we catch all that.
And what amazes me is there's no way they can sleep at night. They have said, Don, all of them, they've said so many different lies. How in the fuck can you even keep up with it?
They can't sleep at night because of the drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that and the helicopter that was looking for their daughter at 4:30 in the morning, which they weren't even out looking. Think about it. How many times have they even pleaded for Summer? Dawn had a chance to play on BK Knight's channel, that guy's channel, and Don couldn't even plead for his damn daughter, right? He had to just plead for his own sovereignty, so like people to feel bad for him, to people to it was all about Don. It was never about Summer, and it's all about Summer. And these people are protecting these suspects instead of
in our live
for victims.
Well, in our live, Don had the chance, and all the people in chat know he had the chance. Nobody was going to say nothing bad to him or nothing. He had the chance to plead for Summer, and that dude would not even do it. He couldn't even bring himself to do a fake plea.
To 20 minutes, he didn't even bring her name up. It was all about Jeannie, and it was about that action and this and that. It was, if you go back to, I even did it. If you go back to my videos, I even have the plea on there, Don's plea. You're welcome to use any of my videos on your channel. I won't strike you.
We got content for days then, Kevin. We don't have to work.
Yeah, you guys.
Right, exactly.
I'll give you much content for days,
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I have no problem with that. If you need to ever use my stuff or share your screen or whatever, it's all good.
Sweet.
Yep.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. Same here. Same here.
People that are trying to ruin this community, and I feel bad because I gave some people platforms because I didn't see, really what was going on. I was too busy with being boots on the ground or my face in my own phone. I wasn't seeing what was going on. So, it takes a lot. This community is very special to me. The people in it, I've grown to more than like. I love them. A lot of creators are just such great people outside of, just being on YouTube. I created a lot more relationships that I value in this community a lot more. And it's this community I will protect 100% with my heart. And we're not going to let these people, let these people damn it or damage these cases. And if we got to take time out of our day to expose these idiots, I have no problem doing that because I investigate things. And if that's part of investigating, then let's do it.
Well, they're ruining the message, and they're trying to put a halt to other people talking about a missing child.
Yep.
That's basically
what they got is a petition.
That's doing Don's dirty work.
They got a petition, right? That they don't want people monetizing or making money off children's cases or this or that, but yet they have commercials in front of their videos, right? They're monetizing on the very same thing that they're signing a petition on, and they've already proven that they're signing it under their sock accounts and other fake names where they have one person signing it multiple times under different names. So, it's at some point, all this stuff will come to an end. and we will continue to bring it out until the authorities take over.
That's what I say. That's my when I wasn't even a YouTuber or nothing, and I just stumbled across this Summer Wells thing, and now I feel it was for a reason, and Summer has changed my life actually in many ways. My real life hands-on stuff, and she's done a lot for me, and I don't even know the little girl. I've never even met her.
She's the
But
world's little girl. She's the world's little girl at this point.
Right.
yeah, she is. But she's changed my life, and I know she's touched. I know tons of people that she has touched their lives, and I won't quit until the day, when it's all said and done and Summer gets justice. But until then, I'll keep exposing these dirtbags.
Right. At the same time, keeping it about Summer.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's hard to keep it about Summer when they keep throwing more barbs out.
Well, it's an obstacle course, right? For me, they haven't been looking. The cops haven't been talking. They know more than we know. We know this. They're just trying to get enough circumstantial evidence, I'm assuming at this point, to make the arrest.
Yep.
They know that they may or may not find a body, and that it's a recovery case. We're not going to find. Unfortunately, I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and I'm going to give it 90-10, and I'll give it 90% that Summer's with God right now, and 10% that she's alive, and that 10% is an awful healthy for me giving extra percentages because, that's how much I hope she's alive. But, unfortunately, I believe we're looking at a recovery case, and actually, I feel we're looking at a recovery case, period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She's not with a rich lady. She wasn't kidnapped by the cartel.
Yeah, what the hell was that? I hope that she's with a rich family enjoying
I've said
life.
that.
The hell?
Well, this is also after he said Equisearch only there for the party. He's like, boots on the ground. Bullshit. They mean boots to the bar.
Right, and running around playing on the lane and all this. That's called searching, Don.
I feel so.
What you're doing is running around playing,
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for Equisearch. They're getting all cut up in the weeds and stuff. It's like this dude is unbelievable, and I do agree with this is going to be a recovery, in my opinion. I've said it since day one.
It has been a recovery to me since probably week 2.
Exactly.
To me, but when I started diving deeper into this, because I was in the process of moving and things when this case started, and there was a lot of people covering it, and so I didn't really dip my feet into it until 13 days in, because I was like, I have to start having a voice for Summer. If I have any kind of subs or if I have any kind of voice, I need to be one. And I didn't do it for the monetization or the money or whatever, or the subs even. I did it because I have 2 kids. I've got 2 boys that I love more than anything. And again, you're right, Kevin. This makes you appreciate what you have that much more. Like, you hug your kids that much longer. You call them that much more. You tell them I love you that much more. If one of my kids went missing, I'd straight up be Liam Neeson, and I'd be out every day. Don can just sit home and talk about, I think I'll go to work, or I tried to go to work. I worked with people instead. What the hell does that
mean? How can he even do that? I don't understand. I would be fucking ballistic. I would be so upset if my daughter got kidnapped. I'd be like, I don't even think I'd probably lose my mind.
I would go to jail before anything else happened, because I would be wrapping people up right and left myself to find out what happened to my kids. If I couldn't get answers and I couldn't get, the help that I thought I was need, I would be out not only every single day, but every single night. But I would be handling business. I'd be taking care of business my own way.
Yep.
Don's going to hear the whole Liam Neeson comparison, and he's going to make another drunken phone call and talking about how he's got special skills and he's going to get his daughter back.
I've got a very particular set of skills. I could spackle a wall, and I could put a hole in it.
Yeah. What the fuck is he going to do?
I've learned this over a long career.
All right. So also in this phone call, they went back to the hospital to get grandma, dropped off the script. Okay, I'll buy that. Then at this point, they have Hunter. Now, this is just all from the phone call. Okay, just going off our notes. Then they took Summer to swim. Okay, this is where it gets interesting.
So they wanted to wait for the prescription, right? And so
Yeah.
instead of waiting for it, they said, we'll just go to the swim hole, which is, I don't know, 20 minutes away, which makes no sense because your prescription would be ready just to take it and go home. So I think the swim hole was just that help added time frame that they needed, you know?
The alibi.
And we've said Kevin and I have been saying for quite a while that this whole day was an alibi. Candace is evil.
I'd say 90% of it, because they're not that smart. You got to remember, they're not that smart. For them to come up with this whole maniacal plan, it's going to take all of them, and Benny and the Jets, and all of them. It's going to take Dondis, Grandis, Candace, Allie's mom, H, Elemental Peach. All these.
That's what I was saying all along. That's what I was trying to.
Sorry, I'm a shinner. I'm sorry.
I was trying to stress that they have said so many lies. How can they keep adjusting their story? You know what I mean?
They have to keep adjusting the story because they know no one's buying it.
It's so obvious.
That's the reason Grandis made this phone call to her friend. By the way, she's got the friend blocked now. So what did the friend do bad? Basically, what I'm getting from it is Grandis. Well, I mean, obviously she's a liar. I mean, this is the woman that hightailed it out of the state when her granddaughter went missing. And I don't care what people say about helping her sister, brother getting out of jail, knee surgery. She is much more needed in Tennessee with her granddaughter missing than anything. She was one of the last people to lay eyes on her.
Well, that's why her name's Grandis Abandis.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look at Rosemary Blythe also. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't really want to be talkative or talk about that, or even, she like Dawn in that way. She didn't even really want to make a plea. You know what I mean? It seems really odd that these parents don't know how to plead for their kids that are missing.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And there's never any tears. There's never a tear. Like, I'd be so angry and so sad, and I would be screaming and crying at the same time and probably spitting. That's probably how you would get my plea. It's screaming, crying, and
I'd be so mad.
And snot bubbles. You know?
Yeah, because you would have had nothing to do with it, because neither of you would have had anything to do with it. You would be innocent.
I'd be so mad I'd cut the abductor's head off and shit in his neck.
Well, okay.
That's how mad I would be. And I'd be hysterical. Seriously, I would be. You'd have to freaking. I don't know. I couldn't.
I'm gonna make a mental note right now, and not to piss Kevin off. Right? I kind of like that. I kind of like my head to where it is, and really, I don't like it. At that point, it would be a fecal matter at that point.
Yep. So,
but seriously, wouldn't you be pissed like that? I mean, you'd be irate.
Yeah, I would.
Seriously, I think anybody.
You'd be in a constant state of panic, anxiety, worry, pain. You wouldn't be pranking Mary. You wouldn't be making up all these sub-stories.
You wouldn't have time to come up with these lies and the phone call and have Candace. I think Candace was really just high and drunk, and finally Don got it to her head for her to go along with it. And she was probably already crying because he probably smacked the shit out of her, or something. Who knows? It was there was some real tears. Something had to have affected them, or, to where
right.
Just like at some point yelling at her, just do it or something. Who knows? If we were a fly in the wall, we would see something or hear something a little bit more. But I believe, it was a forced thing, and it was just plotted. I think her award-winning phone call, doesn't deserve an award. It deserves jail time, because you're putting a wrench in a case where people are looking for your daughter, including the general public and TBI, the sheriffs. And you're throwing this out there, that's got to be some kind of federal crime or criminal crime, I'd assume.
Same with Grandis. I mean, this phone.
Oh yeah.
because both Dawn and Grandis are covering for Candace. What the hell did Candace do that they feel like they have to protect her and not Summer? Because
So
it's
this phone,
huh?
They all
Go
have
ahead.
dirt. They all have dirt on each other.
Of course they do.
yeah,
There's 3 adults that were in well, I mean, there's 2 adults in charge of Summer. 2 adults had eyes on her that whole day, Grandis and Candace. It's very funny to me that, so Grandis says they went to swim. There's a picture of Summer up there swimming. Summer was complaining afterward of being cold, and so they put her in that outfit. And Summer was not feeling well. Okay, so we see Summer right here. She looks like she's having fun. She's feeling well, right?
She looks fine to me.
Yeah. So she says that this orange pop in the back, she didn't want her drinking it. I don't know if it was because it was old. It's been sitting there a long time. I don't know why, but she didn't want her drinking it. So
Probably
there
had
it is.
alcohol in it.
Could have been. But she's alluding to what I got from the phone call. You guys could have gotten something totally different. That something in that pop, that drink, made her sick. So sick that Grandis said, don't drink that, drink water. Well, there's no water bottle back there. That was pointed out in chat. There's no water bottle back there.
I don't believe it.
No. So anyway.
You could, I'll bet you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, honey.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was saying that pop, in order for that to make you like deathly sick, I don't even think if there was mold in that bottle, it would make you deathly sick.
Let's all be honest here. We've all drank Dr. Pepper that sat out for days, or Mountain Dew
Yeah,
that
no
sat out
shit.
for weeks.
I've drank-
weeks even. Not even a taste of carbonation left. Nothing. And we've all drank. Come on. And it didn't do anything to us.
No.
You could drink it a year later. I probably, if you even left it in your room in a bottle like that, closed, and it wouldn't harm you. It would be really, it would probably really nasty and definitely no carbonation, but it wouldn't kill you.
No.
It might make you sick to your stomach.
Maybe.
You know.
Yeah, depending on how much you drank, but like, I mean,
But that didn't kill her.
Yeah, no, I mean, she didn't drink the whole bottle either, so we could assume that there was maybe a few sips taken, you know,
I mean,
if any.
They could have come up with a better thing than that.
But the powder, the Cantaline or whatever they called it yesterday on the phone call I made. And if you want, you're more than welcome to play my phone call to the hippie house.
Okay.
But they talked about Cantaline, and it's a powder where you pour it into a soda, and they'll give you a free soda. And I believe if that's not a Sunkiss and that's a Fanta, they'll sell the Fanta there just like that. So I believe there could be a possibility that they put more than one package of powder in a thing because they wanted to get really high. You know, you never know. It's a
I
possibility.
think that is a Fanta, ain't it?
Could be Fanta or Sunkiss.
I didn't know if it was a Crush, Sunkissed. I don't know.
I believe the green tops are Fanta. I believe if you look them up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I don't
so.
know.
I think you're right.
I'd have to relook it up, but it could be either Crush or Fanta, one of the two.
Well,
I think you would see the Fanta writing on it, though. Who knows?
Let me try to blow it up. Hang on.
All I know is this story's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, the last people. Let's be honest here. The last people to see Summer Wells alive, we got Grandis, Candace, we got the 3 boys, and maybe Don if he was at the property that day when he says he was at work.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the last people to see her alive. So, if the third option didn't happen, the first option is anybody who was there with her that day.
Okay, I still can't see, but everyone's saying, some people are saying Crush, some saying Fanta.
Yeah, it could be either, but I still don't even think this is
that
the
whatever
case.
was in it made her so ill. So
No.
she gets, according to the friend that talked to Grandis, and the friend talked to another creator and said that she became ill, and Candace called Dawn to see if they should take Summer to the hospital. And that was the last time Grandis saw Summer, was in that truck when they were deciding whether to take her to the ER or not. Okay, so what about the story that Grandis told Emma, and I do I totally believe that she was talking to Grandis. Emma was. I don't believe about this hacker. Okay.
No, I truly believe 100% she was talking to Grandma.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because she said that they were both, when they got back, they were both sitting there planting flowers and they both watched Summer walk into the house. Now, come on. How can you have two totally different stories? It's because now she wants people to believe that Candace gave Summer to Dawn and it's got to be all Dawn's fault. That way,
Well, what's Don going to say now?
That's what I'm
What
waiting
is
on.
Donnie boy? Yeah, me too. What are you going to say there, Don?
Well, Donnie Boy also said that he sat there and watched Summer wail on the boys, and the boys wail on her, and the boys wail on each other without stopping it. You know, he talks about, you know, how, you know, and Summer wouldn't let that happen to her. You know, I've seen her wail on her brothers for hours. You know, what parent sits there and watch their kids wail on each other? You know what I mean?
Who the hell would sit there and watch that and not break it up?
You know what I mean? It's like there could have been internal injuries. We don't know what happened to her. We, you know, at this point, you know, I'm very, you know, I don't want to think that it's the, I have a harder time believing it's anything that has to do with anything in the drink or gummies or anything like that. I don't think she's in that well area. I think it's something that took place at the house.
Me too. Me too.
And there was a disposal process, and I don't think Don was where he said he was all day.
No.
And another thing I've been saying since, there's a reason Don took that red car that day, and in my opinion, it's because he needed the 4-wheel drive. So in my opinion, if you want to find Summer, you're going to need a 4-wheel drive car.
Is this truck not 4-wheel drive?
No, he didn't use. No, it's 2-wheel drive, Doug.
Okay, I don't know. I was just asking.
That was brought up. I know. I saw that. No, it's a 2-wheel drive truck.
I would assume, like, if you got to drive farther someday, you know, one day, if you got to drive further, maybe economically, it's more friendly to drive, you know, the Subaru. But he took that Subaru back from her. I think he was an Indian giver, and he bought it for her. And she posted a picture. Look, I love my husband so much. He bought this for me. Then he took it. But then he took it back.
There's a reason he used that car that day, and it wasn't just because it was sitting there and he was paying $600 a month. I don't believe that for a second.
I heard the car was paid off, actually.
Huh.
So.
Yep, there it is. Love this new car. Thanks to my wonderful husband. Love you. And there she is in her red hoodie by her red car. She's not even smiling. That is a grim look on her face.
That is her smiling, I bet.
It looks like she's saying. It looks like she's saying, "You should have got me a Mercedes-Benz, you dick."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, watch me pile all these kids in this, Dawn.
She's such a.
You almost can't fit all the kids in there without being so tight.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 in the back,
right.
And then you got Summer in the front, and
how'd they get them all piled in to go to that Hatfield and McCoy Museum? That's supposedly when the kids were all beating Grandma in the knee.
They should have beat her a different way.
So according to Grandis, Candace went to meet Dawn. She came home at 5:30. Grandis didn't see Summer get out of the truck. She had dozed off in the camper, so how she even knew her daughter was home, I don't know. I mean, if you're taking a nap and you've been drug all over Hell's Half Acre that day, you come home and you take a nap, how are you going to know anyone's home? But anyway.
How did Dawn know the dogs weren't there?
Yeah. And then she says she didn't see Summer get out of the truck. And she heard Candace yell, "I can't find Summer." She said Dawn was not there. She called Dawn to say she was missing and called 911. Now, come on. Come on, people. What in the hell are these people thinking?
They damn sure ain't thinking they're looking for their daughter. That's for sure.
That goes without saying. Does she not remember everything that she said to Emma? And now she says this?
I believe Summer possibly could have been relocated from the first spot that she was put as well. Because we have the drug dealer saying it's done and that text message is missing. We got so many variables that they could have could have, would have, should have, thought. You know what I mean? That could have happened. All that.
Who knows?
All I know is that
All I know,
people are liars. All of them.
They are.
all I know is in my opinion, Summer has fallen to foul play for sure, and I do not believe she's alive. That I strongly believe. That's terrible too to think about. It's going to be bittersweet when they find Summer. It's going to be sweet because finally she gets justice, some justice. But the bitter part is how they find her. Because as far as I'm concerned, they threw her away like trash.
At this point, I don't care if we find. I don't care how we find her, as long as we find her.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's hard to say it. I almost had to stop myself. But at this point, deceased or alive, I just want to find Summer. And the faster we do it, the better for her.
Yep.
So
That girl needs justice.
up on the screen. Have you guys seen this picture?
I haven't.
This is the one that was enhanced, huh?
Yeah.
I have not seen this.
Maybe if you guys could email me that would be great, or I can pull it up later on here.
Yeah, people are saying that it's been manipulated. Let me put it that way.
I don't doubt it at this point. It's not hard. You go on Photoshop, you can change a few filters, change a few things. I'm
not an expert in.
I don't believe any pictures.
Go ahead, Doug.
I don't believe the red truck. I don't believe any pictures.
Nope.
I don't believe any of that shit. Excuse my language. I don't believe any of that. I think it's all a magic trick. It's misdirection. It's look over here why I do everything over here. You know what I mean? Look at my left hand why my right hand is doing all the magic. You know what I mean?
That's the point. That's the point I'm at. I don't believe shit anymore. You can't. How can you believe everything?
I went, yesterday when I went on, and I believe because Emma got this picture yesterday too, and and she's like, let's go live and talk about it. And it was the first time I seen that picture. But again, we talked about how we'd have to do a reverse negative and to figure out if it was actually touched up on and how it was touched up on, and now we have the answer with seeing the actual clear photo of where it came from. But we have a different angle. We have from behind the truck instead of from across the street now. So if you look from where they're standing, that picture would have been from behind the truck because you see the taillights of the truck.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Somebody would have been standing behind the truck taking the picture towards them and the truck as opposed from across the street where we see the top picture.
Okay.
So what's the timestamp on this? When was this picture taken? Can you tell or not?
I just got this this morning.
Oh.
And I don't see how this is floating around without the TBI having it. Just like the phone call. Now the TBI has that phone call from what Grandis told the friend. TBI has the phone call of the so-called prank that they did to Mary. I mean, they have stuff.
Wait till they do a voice analysis on that thing. Really find out, because a lie detector test only tells so much, but a voice analysis will tell you the world. And if they can match that voice up to who they know who it is, then they're going to get more answers than they have now.
Yep, you read my mind actually. Well, and a lot of people talk about the lie detectors. I don't know if Grandis took one, but there's no way Don or Candace could pass one. They can't even keep their story straight. How are they gonna? If they pass the lie detector, we wouldn't all be here right now.
Could come up inconclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. How can you pass a lie detector test when all you're doing is lying?
Exactly.
Well, if you start lying so much and you keep telling yourself these lies and you start believing them, who knows what these sick people are capable of? To be honest with you, maybe their brains work that way where they actually think they're innocent.
Okay, so several people have said that is photoshopped. That is a photoshopped picture.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So again, we have more lies.
Wow.
Candace has never had the same story. She quit talking. Grandis now has 2 different stories. Dawn doesn't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, I know. It's Cocaine Thursday.
Yeah, yeah, no shit. Yeah.
It's a day that ends in a Y, right? Am I right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Just this whole, it's preposterous. And for this friend to be talking to Grandis and her talking about the old orange pop, she got sick, they were going to take her to the ER. Wouldn't that be very easy for the authorities to figure out? Well, they took her to the hospital. Then what happened? She never went to the hospital.
Well, she did. Law enforcement knows. We can't find that out because of HIPAA. It's against the law.
Let's just put it this way: if she's a child too, it'd be hard to find out more. But if she did go there, the reason why I don't believe they would take her to the doctors is because it would show internal injuries or other injuries that were possibly created by the people that were taking care of her. So I don't think they took her to the doctors at all.
Yeah, I don't think they gave a damn about her at all. At all.
I don't know about that. I think they get something got twisted up really bad somewhere, and something bad happened.
I don't think these are the type of parents that would rush a child to the ER because they drank a bad pop.
Yeah, because they probably don't have insurance either, right?
I mean, these are neglectful parents. These are neglectful parents. I mean,
that's an understatement.
And exactly, I mean, I wish there was further clarification on this. What were her symptoms? Was she just sleepy?
For all I know, she could not been sick at all.
I don't think she was sick at all.
She looked fine. She looked fine in the swim hole. Yeah, everybody gets.
I don't think she was sick.
I
don't think she was sick at all.
Nope.
Nope.
It's either a bad accident or premeditated kidnapping.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand where people are coming from. Like, they really want this to be the truth. She drank something. She got sick, because it's really hard to wrap your mind around.
Well, that would be the least. That would be the least painful for her. That was the way I would see it. People would want her to have the least pain in her life if that was the case. Like maybe it was quick and easy, and she didn't suffer, kind of thing. Maybe a lot of people resort to that. That may be an option because, where their heart is. I don't know.
I don't.
Lisa said Dawn and Candace failed the first polygraphs because of their crack use, so they were asked to retake them.
Actually, Candace was so upset, apparently the story is that she had to come back and take the test a couple days later because she was so upset that she couldn't take it the first time. So I think that might be a rumor that was just thrown around in your chat. But
well, law enforcement could tell them anything. They could tell them all day they passed all their tests. Of course, keep them lying. Keep them lying.
But that's all they've done. That's all they've done. I could not believe that on that 911 call, when it said she went for a run, she came back, and no, I don't think she was physically running or anything like that. Whatever, ran an errand. She came back and Summer was gone. 10 minutes. And she called 911. Then she says they were planting flowers. She took her hand. She walked her over. The mother, okay, the red hoodie mother knows exactly what happened that day. Don, maybe not, because supposedly he was at work. He has the easiest thing to say. I was at work. Grandis had eyes on Summer. Even before June 15th, she knew about the abuse in the home. She knew CPS was trying to get a hold of them. She knew all of this stuff. Why is everyone for Candace?
All 3 of the Musketeers know what happened.
Man.
In my opinion.
Star says, I don't think a kid drinking an old pop warrants an ER visit. No.
Absolutely not. what would Summer do if she would have drank some and spit it out, right? She's not going to sit there and drink a bunch of pop that's gross.
And you know what? That pop doesn't look old. It doesn't look old at all.
No.
No, no. And where's the water bottle? If Granda said she gave her water to drink, then why are we looking at a bottle of orange? It's always been such a weird picture to take anyway. Why did they have to take that picture?
I want to know where that pillow is they talked about.
She was sitting on it.
In that picture?
In that picture, yeah, because they said Grandis gets mad when the seat gets wet. So she always makes people sit with a pillow underneath them, is what I was told.
Maybe Grandma doesn't like because her Depends leak.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, Kevin. Do you know what image we all have in our mind?
Yeah, exactly. No, but serious. I mean, come on. It's just, this has turned into a damn, there's not even a name to describe it.
Well, yeah, it is. It's carnival. That's they're carnies. It's a damn circus.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and they're
Except
the main.
There's no jugglers. There's no lions. There's no tigers. There's no bears, unless you walk around their property. And Candace never did that. She says she's scared of bears.
But then she said
I'd be more scared of Candace than I would the damn bear. You know?
Scares the hell out of me.
Bears. Like a bear would even want to fucking eat her ass. Ugh.
Yeah, if I was married to Candace, I'd tell her we're separating her head from her body. Take the L out of lover. It's over.
I mean, look at all the stuff that Candace has done. Candace is extremely jealous of other females, and I think she was pretty jealous of Summer.
Candace wants to be a dude.
She's
Mandis.
So bad. She likes the chicks with the D's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mandis is her name.
Jesus. Everybody needs a little bit of God in their lives. That's what I think.
Well, and Grandis isn't some sweet grandma.
That ain't no grandma to me. My kids, man, I would hate if my kids had her for a grandma. She's about a worthless.
Mine used to say, kids are to be seen and not heard, and that was way better than having to have Grandis as a, you know what I mean? Grandis looks like she can lay the smack down. They all look like they're just, Pat from Saturday Night Live. It's Pat.
Oh God.
That's who they both look like. You don't know whether they're man or women, and you just want to ask them, like, if you were going to use one of the restrooms, which one would you use? Which locker room? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Candace scares the hell out of me. And this woman has had 6 kids, and look at all 6 of the kids and where they are now. And I cannot believe that people really want to defend her over Dawn. They're all guilty in my book. They're all guilty in my book. I'm not taking it for Dawn at all.
They ain't getting their kids back either at this point, I don't believe.
Yes.
Brooks, you should play that song that Candace in the first interview, Welcome to My House, Summer's favorite song. If you have it available.
Yes, I will.
And so we don't get copyright. This song is by New Breed, so I'm giving them the credit for the song. But this song was Candace said it was Summer's favorite song. I want you to listen to it and tell me if you'd let a 5-year-old little girl even listen to any of this. The song will speak for itself.
Are you playing the song now?
Yeah, Brooks is getting ready to play. Here. Yep.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Taking care of these motherfuckers.
stand up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away. And get to leaving, oh, I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. All I see is...
All right, so we got through part of that. Great song, by the way. I love that song.
Yeah, but the
Not
thing of
gonna
what
lie.
I'm getting at,
I just think
yeah,
it's quite a metaphor, her saying that was her favorite song.
I wouldn't tell my dog. I would not. I mean, this is me, okay, people. I would not let my 5-year-old daughter favorite song be about you have to protect your house because of the scum buckets and I put a shotgun in your mouth. And that's just the kind of stuff that it just goes to show you, you know. I just don't agree with it whatsoever.
I just
mean,
think
that
it's
song,
too coincidental. I don't care what people, kids listen to, whatever, when you're in the radio in the car with mom and the radio is on, you don't always think about what's on there. Okay, let's face it.
I
I
forget
just
what
think
was on in the car. Like I used to keep singing the kids' music, like "There's a hole in the bottom of the sea," and I already let the kids out of the car. I already dropped them off, and I'm
yeah,
singing.
no shit. Or SpongeBob or something, but not that song. Come on. If you, you really couldn't hear it that good, but if you, after you're done with the live or whatever, go back to, it's called Welcome to My House by New Breed and watch the video, okay, with the song, and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. It is wrong.
Same
That
as
song
Godzilla,
is,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I
By
love the
Eminem.
song, don't get me wrong. I just think it's odd that Candace said that was her favorite song. That was her favorite song. It's a little too telling considering what happened at her house.
I think she used to say that she used to dance to it or sing to it when she put it on at the house.
Mm.
I
That
don't
means
know
it's
if Candace
Candace.
her favorite song. I thought Godzilla was, but I could be wrong.
That's what Dawn said. Dawn said Godzilla was.
Yeah, Candace said My House by New Breed. But anyway, it's just not it's just goes to show you. I mean, what's Summer going to do? Walk around with a shotgun in my mouth singing that song.
No.
Come on.
No. And for her to even say that was her favorite, that's probably Candace's favorite song. And she played it all the time because, Candace thinks that she is something. Candace has a different perception of herself. And that's just an odd song for her to bring up saying that was Summer's favorite song. And then you look at their house and what this little girl had to live in.
Right. We didn't get to see any like Mickey Mouse fan club or any kind of like, Disney characters or anything like that. We didn't see any like really kid stuff, did we?
No.
Sure didn't.
No, these kids all lived Dawn and Candace's life. Their life was never for their children.
Exactly. They didn't give a damn.
It was just a stimulus. It was just a stimulus check to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Where they get $11,000 for their kids, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean 4 kids. I mean, yeah, I can't remember how much the stimulus was now, but yeah, they got a lot.
I'm just saying it could have been like the Orson West case, like with that amount of kids. I think it was around $11,000, so it'd be around the same for Don and Candace or something.
Hey,
yeah,
do you have any update on that case?
What happened?
I said, do you have any update on that case?
There's no update right now. It's one of those things where we can just keep the boys, in our voices and talk about them and hope that something comes out. Something sooner or later is going to come out. Again, it could be a case like we're looking at with here, circumstantial evidence. Look at the Smart case. It took 25 years for them to make an arrest on the Smart case. So like anything's possible. I hope this doesn't go that long.
Isn't Rayshawn covering those boys pretty good?
Yeah, Rayshawn's out there. He lives out there, so it's good for him. He's able to do that. Rayshawn's doing a good job for stuff that we just don't have evidence of anything that's coming out. So just talking about them is what's important.
So in chat, someone said, "Who's going to get thrown under the bus?" Dawn, Candace, and Grandis will throw Dawn under the bus.
If it's their bus, it doesn't work, so it won't matter. But like if they're going to,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I will throw you guys underneath my bus. You know?
Well, I mean, he obviously doesn't like his mother-in-law, so why isn't he putting the blame on her?
She's the smart one.
She's
She
smart
beat
as
his
well.
ass probably.
No, she's got something on him to where they can't tell on each other. Nobody can tell on each other.
Yep.
They all have enough dirt on each other to take each
Mm-hmm.
other down probably for a long time.
That's exactly what I've been saying. All three of them people are guilty.
This could be nuts, and this is way out there, and it's probably not true, right? But like, say Grandis and Candy know what happened to their sister, to Rosemary Bly, right? And they told Dawn what they did and how they got rid of her, right? Now Dawn's got something on them. Now, if Dawn did something, like Candace gets Dawn out of jail after she says she's scared for her life and this and that. But, it seems like they owe each other something, and they keep getting each other out of trouble because, the other one can take the other one down for something,
Yeah. Oh, I think they all are hiding each other's secrets. And the one that skipped town is not innocent.
No, none of them are. They all know what happened to Summer, and they all know where she is, in my opinion.
I think they know what happened to her, or they know who did what they did. Or they know who took her.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
what I'm saying. They all know this. They know the whole story. All three of them.
Grandis may not know what Dawn and Candace did, but I guarantee she has a sneaky suspicion, and she could be helping find Summer right now. But what is she doing? Putting more rumors out there, more lies out there. Two different
They're not
ones.
doing.
Mr.
She's not doing because she already knows where Summer is.
Mr. Tomato Head says Subaru's car data would give him an airtight alibi for being directly involved. That's only if they have the connection, if his phone's connected to the car, and whatnot. Otherwise, the GPS or the OnStar, whatever you want to call it, where you'd locate the car if it was stolen, then you don't get all the footprints of where the car went before. You get the final, where the car is at that second. You don't get all the the moves they made or the stops they made before that. So, I highly doubt that he would have connected his phone to the car.
Well, I heard somewhere, and it was from a reliable thing. I can't remember if it was. Well, anyway, it was with that car. They can tell what the tire pressure was. So, in other words, let's say just Don was in the car. The tire pressure for the car is going to be different if there's two people in the car instead of one. So I heard that, and I thought that was really interesting.
Well, if you go off-roading also, it would change the amount of air in your tires too.
Yep, exactly. So that probably will be a huge piece of evidence. I mean, if you think about it, how much is Summer?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, think about that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Law enforcement knows way more than we do.
Right, and that's why it seems like there's a gag order on law enforcement talking about this, but it's not. They're doing what they should have done for other cases, like the Orson West case and other cases that they should have not, been let the public take over so much, So I think they're doing
I agree.
I think they're doing a great job holding in the information over at TBI and the sheriffs. They could let us think all day long that there's nothing and it's cold, but I know, like that they know a lot more, and they're not going to arrest somebody for a stupid charge that they're going to get bail out on or get out in a few days on. They're got to get something on to keep them in there if they're going to arrest them until they find.
Yeah, I've said since day one that law enforcement, in my opinion, they're doing a great job. And like you just said, this case is too big. They are not going to botch this case with a mistrial or something. When they hand down the arrest, that shit's going to be solid. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
The very people that are trying to prevent the jury pool being tainted are the very people tainting it. So we have, BK and the Jets
Yeah,
all
like
them.
skeezy.
Yeah, so these people, what they're doing is they're the ones who are tainting the pool. They're the ones like, I mean, if that phone call that Don and Candace released, that fake phone call doesn't already taint the pool or make people already think they're guilty, like nothing, nothing that anybody did would throw any of them under the bus like they threw themselves.
No, they
Nothing.
did all of this to themselves. They're
Oh
the
yeah.
shit show. They're the ones. Candace and Dawn. I mean, when Mary called Dawn talking about how, a police report was filed or whatever happened in Utah. Some people say charges were pressed. Some people say it was just a police report. Candace, you could hear some, grumbling in the background. He was like, my wife said good fucking luck.
That was a good one. That was a good impression.
Yeah, it was.
I thought
No,
it was.
I'm getting better.
That was
You
that was
do it.
really
You do it, Doug.
that was really good. I mean, you got to just just sound a little more dumb and let your letters and stuff just go a little longer and lag.
God.
Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe he even said that. Yeah, the fake call was very narcissistic. Everything's about them. Everything's about them. And when Don says stuff, he is very money obsessed. I will say that. He talks about the people with EquiSearch. Oh, they live in their big homes and they come out here just for the party. There's no part. What kind of a party when you think you're going to come across a deceased child? How is that a party for anyone?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just
Again, if I gotta be the one to dig it up and find it, as bad as it would hurt and everything else. I mean, again, it's about Summer and having her, you know, laid to rest properly if that's the case.
that's what I've been.
Absolutely. Her final resting place shouldn't be wherever they put her.
No.
I agree. That little girl needs justice like yesterday. This is bullshit what they're doing. I know that. They're not going to come right out and say, "Yeah, this is where she is." I mean,
I
I
agree.
don't think they would.
I agree with Ladybug. She says EquiSearch wasn't planning to go back and search unless the police called them. They know something and are not going to tell us the details.
Yep.
I'm sure that's why they're droning and doing these other options, because now what we've done is we've given those options, where we've seen their routes to work and to home and to and from the happy hippie house and from the swim hole warriors and all that. We know all their paths now, where they could have gone, where they could have buried, where the train is the best spot possible answer. They have that. I'm pretty sure.
They do. They stopped updating the public. They stopped searching. That tells us a lot.
I think
they've done a great job.
Mhm.
Silence speaks volumes. And if you read it the way you did, Brooks, then you see what I see. You see that, again, they're just, the circumstantial evidence is coming together, and there are going to be arrests made. I don't know when. I'm hoping soon, but that's all we can do is hope, at this point.
And
I
that's
don't
one
think they will
thing.
ever tell where Summer is. I don't think they will ever say what happened that day, but I think they're putting enough together to know. And
Well, they'll always offer them a deal, also a certain deal. Like if they give up the body, like maybe they'll do life, without parole, but they won't get the death penalty. They'll give them like an incentive to give up the body or whatnot. So I think eventually, if they did do it, then we'll find out where she is.
oh, yeah, absolutely. Because I mean that really, I mean that's the main thing, right? Finding Summer. I didn't find it odd at all that they stopped searching and then took the boys. They already knew those boys were in peril. They already knew Summer was missing. They already knew about the domestic violence. They already knew about the drugs. They knew about the drinking. They already had the report from the neighbor, the wolf rats, everything like that. But they waited till after they stopped searching and they got the boys.
And Don wanted to say, because it's not safe for my kids here, No, it's not safe for your kids. They're number one, and that's not why they took them. No, they took because they talked to your kids, and your kids talked. Your kids said something that shocked them or gave them some value to what's going on. Your kids held up probably a lot of the missing pieces, and with them being juveniles and it being sealed, whatever they say, we probably won't get to hear it unless it comes out in trial. But I'm sure the kids have said something to where it sparked the interest. of the TBI.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I want to
And you
know
know
if
Don, and you know Don. God.
Unfortunately,
what, Kevin? I think Kevin
No,
cut
I
out.
said the law enforcement. You want to piss Don off being a narcissist? Don't respond to him. Don't react to him. They hate that. A narcissist gets spitting mad when you don't, when you just avoid them.
yeah.
You know, that's exactly. I bet Don, he's pissed because nobody is buying his narcissistic bullshit behavior.
Could you imagine if Don went missing? Would anybody be looking for him
God,
at this
no.
point? I
Shit.
don't think so. The worst thing that could happen for him to go missing at this point for himself.
Well, and he has mentioned several times all the missing children basically in his area. In East Tennessee. He wasn't planning on an Amber Alert. He wasn't planning on billboards. He wasn't planning on a massive search. He wasn't planning on EquiSearch. He wasn't planning on YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. I think they really thought she would just disappear and it would be a done deal.
Yeah, they're up,
They
sitting
didn't
up
think it'd
on
be this large.
Ben. Go ahead, Doug.
They didn't think it would get this large or this many people would care.
No.
Even knowing there's not much coming out on TV, there's so much coming out on YouTube that you don't need TV.
No, you don't anymore, really.
Cancel that.
I need it for my
membership, pay
NFL
$100.
game.
Just bust a Fire Stick. You could watch YouTube and it shows you how to unlock a Fire Stick. As long as you have internet, you could have all the channels you need.
Exactly.
Well, I'll have to talk to you about that.
Yeah,
That's something I would like because I can't get the Denver Bronco games. But anyway,
Go Chiefs.
uh,
I never understood how like a boyfriend girlfriend could have like. I understood how they could have like two favorite separate teams, but to let
Right.
your woman wear some other man's name on her back, no matter if it's a football jersey or not, and you're wearing some other man's name on your back, that just tells you about these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just put your last names on the jersey you like, and then you'll be fine. Maybe you guys will get along,
Right.
but like, how can you be okay with that?
Hey, thank you.
that's
It said, "Go,
that's
Kevin.
funny.
Tell Don like it is."
That's funny. What? This would be funny. Ask Chad too, because I can't see Chad. I'm sorry, but what NFL team would be Don and Candace's favorite?
We're gonna start a war in the chat when we do that.
What's the one with the worst record?
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Yeah, let's just go
Yeah.
like this. I'll
Let
just
me-
lie about my record. I'm 24-0.
Oh, I'm just
Let's
gonna
see. Who would Candace root for?
the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, that's funny. But anyway,
They probably go with some minor league teams. They've never seen an NFL team in their lives.
yeah, I doubt if they sit around on Ben Hill Hell and watch
They don't
NFL.
look they don't look like the athletic type to me. I don't mean to be.
No, they're
capitalizing,
watching Cops.
or they're watching MTV soft porn
Yeah.
downstairs,
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that.
right down the pole.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't hardcore porn, but it was bad enough, with your daughter's dungeon right next to it. You know what I mean?
Well,
That
it's
just
right
goes
next
to show you.
It's right next to the stripper,
The stripper
pole, right
pole.
next to the cocaine
Yeah.
bar. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wendy just reminded Candace wore a Cowboys jersey at the prayer vigil. Ooh, I felt bad for the Cowboys before, but now, damn.
Yeah.
If I was the Cowboys, I'd
Candace.
say something about that.
Everybody used to go with the Browns, but now I guess they're getting good.
Yeah, they are.
You
They're good.
You really can't say the
Sunday.
Browns. Really, just can't go with the Browns anymore. That was always the go-to, like for the shittiest team.
Well, it was the
Right.
Chiefs for the longest time, and then it switched, and now the Browns are getting better.
Yeah, and they should have a budget because they had a bunch of shit talent anyway. They should have a higher budget.
Yeah. The Browns, they were, those people ate a lot of shit through the years. Them fans. Oh.
I mean, first of all, you gotta deal with shit brown jerseys. I mean, it's not even good to. It's not even fun to look at. You know, it's like give me some exciting green or bright orange like the Broncos. Like that's an exciting uniform to watch or something.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want to. I was talking to Brooks. I want to. This week, I'm going to work on a. I want to do a tribute to Summer, some type of a tribute
Well,
I
we're
think
to
we,
her.
putting
I think we
together
can
that
all get.
video.
I think we all can get just like maybe purple light bulbs, throw them in our outside lights, and let's turn on our porch lights for her.
That would be cool.
You know what I mean?
Ooh,
That the
good
world can get
idea.
Yeah,
the world can get in on something like that. It's cheap. You can just go to a lighting store for $1 or two, get a colored bulb, throw it in your
right.
outside light, turn it on. Whether it's green or purple or whatever you want to throw up. I mean, I think any color would be just an
Just
honor.
don't put red up.
Yeah, I think purple, if you could find it, would be great. But otherwise, I think if you put white in there, everyone's gonna know that it's just a normal light, so you can't use white.
Right.
Just so you know. But yeah, I think that would be
Yeah.
great.
Or
Yeah,
red.
like
The
Kevin, don't
brothel.
get a red light bulb. Don't put on your red hoodie when you're doing it either.
Anna's right. A
Exactly.
black light does look like a purple bulb.
Yeah, it does.
I think
That'd
we.
be a cool idea.
I think we can get that I think we can get that orchestrated.
I think
Sure.
that's a great
I don't
idea.
see why. I think all the creators would jump on that. If they don't,
Absolutely.
then
And then put
that
it on
says
your
a lot.
community tab.
Right. Submit your pictures of your purple light, and we can make
Yeah.
then we can make a tribute. Put a song behind it and throw up all these different houses with purple lights on it. I think that would be amazing.
Yep, Savage said they're at Dollar General right now on the Halloween aisle.
Sweet.
There we go.
Easy enough.
I'll get
Yep.
one.
Pictures. We'll put it
Yeah.
on the community tab.
Done.
Well, guys,
Man,
on
I'll
that
see if
note,
I can get. I'll see if I can get everybody on my street. I'll give them the bulb. I'll go buy them. I'm gonna
Right.
see how many people on my street I can have and put them in, and I'll take a video of it.
Tell them keep it for Halloween afterwards,
yeah.
and then we can have
All
more
right.
summer bulbs go on Halloween because then everyone turns them on no matter what.
But I'll buy the bulbs. I'll just give them the bulb, and all they got to do is put it in. I'll even put it in for them.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. If you're in a neighborhood like Kevin says, and you have the ability to put an extra couple dollars out there, maybe buy a few neighbors some bulbs and see if you can get the neighbors at least next to you or around you guys to throw them up. I mean, it's a good contribution, and it would mean
Yeah.
something. I think it would be an amazing thing to do.
I think it'd be awesome. Hey, Outlaw Trucker still in chat?
Yep, he is. He was one of the first people in.
Well, I think he wanted to share something. I'm not sure exactly what it's all about, but he's been I think I don't know. Maybe if he wants to grab a link.
Yep, I just put the link up.
Yep.
See if he's still in here because I know that he was in here earlier, but I haven't seen him comment in a little while. Mike says we got to keep looking and summer out there till an arrest is made. Yep.
What's up, buddy, Mike?
Yeah. Hey, Mike. I'm sure I know who it is. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I see him in chat.
Yeah,
And
Outlaw, if you're in here, the link's up. I can put it up again. Sometimes it's hard to get with the chat rolling.
And I believe
Bummer. I hope you didn't think I ignored him.
I believe the brothers are separated at this time too. I don't think they're all together.
Yeah, I heard that as well. What do you think about that? I mean, on one hand, I think it's more I mean, their world has been turned upside down.
Yeah. And I don't think they're doing it to torture them either. To be honest with you, I think it's either that's the only fosters that are available, or they have to keep them split until the case is over to find out what the finality is. And to be honest with you, a missing kid like Summer doesn't automatically mean that you're going to lose your other kids.
No,
it doesn't. I mean, unfortunate incidents happen, kidnappings happen, right? And the world doesn't get held responsible for something that happened like that. So if they have a chance to get their kids back. So if they're maybe doing some kind of court ordered plan or something like Trezell and Jacqueline for the Orson West case were told to do to be able to get their kids back, then there's a possibility of that also. But there's also a possibility that they're not going to get them back at all because, like we say, we think that the kids may have held a secret what happened to Summer and told the cops what happened. They just don't have a body yet.
Right. There's many missing cases where a child goes missing and the other children stay in the home. I mean, right. Elizabeth Smart, J.C. Dugard. There's many cases like that. I don't think that those boys will ever see that house again. I think they are trying to permanently place them because there's no point in them back there arresting Don and Candace and then putting them back somewhere else.
I hope to God they never return to that hellhole. Those boys, think about, I hope to God they never have any more kids, period.
Well,
and I pray those.
If they're not making money, right? If they're not making money, then they may not be able to pay their mortgage. That happens, then they fall under foreclosure, and then it takes, could take up to a couple of years depending on how fast the foreclosure laws work and if the house gets sold. But usually in rural areas, there's like you get 100% financing in rural areas to build, and usually probably the last place they would take over is in the rural areas. But it's a possibility that they may not be able to afford their mortgage, and their life is just, I don't foresee Don and Candace staying together either.
I don't either.
I think their relationship is pretty much take the L out of love or it's over kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty shitty before this even started,
I think they'll need a lot of deprogramming. I think that house was full of secrets. I think those boys were told when they went to school, don't talk about what goes on here. And
that's another thing, Brooks, I'm glad you brought up.
Yeah.
Those boys have to still go to school. I can't even imagine. I don't know how if that news would spread to kids and stuff, but I would imagine
they're probably they're probably happier than heck to go to school to get away from what their life is daily and be around other just kids, just kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope to God them boys never have to go back and live with that shit.
For all we know, they could be in a way better spot right now and they love where they are at. We don't know that either. But again, if you love your family and you love your brothers and your sisters and things like that, and you get split up, then, it could mentally affect the kids, of course,
Okay, Outlaw Trucker's backstage. Let's see what he's got for us.
Oh, good.
Hey, hon, how you doing?
Hello? I think his mic's muted or something.
It's not muted on my screen.
I actually have to jump off and get ready for work. So I just wanted to thank you, Brooks, for having me on, Kevin.
You're welcome. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Do you have some parting words for us from Don or Benny?
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but I think he's a good spokesperson, That's all I got.
Hey, Doug, thanks a lot, man.
No
Thank
problem,
you, Doug.
Thank
Come
you.
back anytime.
Awesome. And you're welcome to use anything I got on my channel. Like, I'll never strike you, like I said. Go ahead. And I appreciate your chat as well. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Doug.
Take care, you guys. I'll be listening.
Where's Outlaw Trucker?
He said he couldn't hear anything. Hey, Bobby Cat, thank you.
He couldn't hear nothing.
That's what he said. He couldn't hear anything. I'm going to put the link up again. We'll give it one last shot. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they have seen that Subaru was paid for in cash. Then, of course, they lie all the time. So why is Don saying he has $600 payment?
Because, you know why? He just said that thinking that was a good excuse to use a car that day. That's the only reason. It doesn't have to be that he actually was paying that, but he just said that because he took that car that day for a reason. And I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, he needed that 4-wheel drive to dispose of Summer. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah. Don just said that. Well, let me think of something right quick. Yeah, I pasted. You know what I mean? He's a dumbass.
None of them are very smart. If they were smart, they would
No.
have the same story and stick with it. Candace is the ringleader here. Candace is the ringleader. She is an evil woman. I bought the whole, and I know you didn't, Kevin. I bought the whole, battered woman syndrome. Everything goes through Dawn. Dawn makes all the decisions. I took it hook, line, and sinker. I really did. But when I found out about her children, then I heard the phone call between Dawn and Mary. And then when they pranked Mary, no. I mean, where's
Remember?
I can't find it anywhere. Where is the sympathy online for these people now?
And I remember that first time I ever got on your show, I said, this was a quote, I said, old Donnie boy has a bunch of skeletons in the closet that we're going to find out about. Well, I think that was pretty accurate.
Yep, because they were coming out.
Yep.
They were coming out like crazy, weren't they?
Yeah, that man didn't fool me for a second. I knew damn good and well if he was capable of doing this summer, then I know damn good and well he had done it previously. You know what I mean? I knew damn good and well he had SA written all over his forehead.
I'm still not buying this phone call. Like I said, I believe the woman that she talked to Grandis. I don't think that there is, any reason for Kay to have not put it on her channel. But I do not believe that there was any phone call about taking Summer to the ER. These are not the type of parents that make a knee-jerk reaction like that.
No, you're right.
Because it can't be both ways. It can't be the last time she saw her was in the truck. And then you tell Emma the last time she saw her is when they were sitting there planting flowers and they both watched her walk over. Shows how much homework Grandis does, because her daughter said on the news she got up and walked Summer over.
Right.
No, she's no victim. All right, let's try this again. Hey, does it work now?
He's got his mic mute or something's muted, right?
Yeah, it's on his end because it's not on this end.
Yeah. Outlaw Trucker, is your mic muted? If you can, tell us in chat what's the matter.
Yeah, maybe somebody can walk you through it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about Candace. She's no one to pussyfoot around. That lady is just as bad as anyone in this shit show.
You've got two people covering for her. Dawn could very easily say what went on that day and throw it all on Candace.
And if Candace is so
doing everything she can to make sure everyone's looking just at Dawn and not at her or her daughter, which is odd. She's never cared about kids anyway, neither Grandis or Candace.
And I've always said this about Candace too. At first it was, the abused woman. If Candace does have the personality that if she was innocent in this, her ass would have been out of there already. Okay? She can't though, because she's involved. Now, all three of them cannot clear their name completely. There's no way. They're all guilty.
And think about what you just said. That's a really important point. If Candace had nothing to do with this, and it's all Dawn, Dawn's the abusive one. I filed charges back in October. She would have cut and run with her mom.
You ain't shitting. She would have. I guarantee you, she wouldn't have thought twice about leaving Donnie. She can't though. All three of them, and when Doug, we were saying, all three of them are covering each other's ashes, actually. none of them can eliminate themselves from this scenario completely, honestly. Nope. That's because all three of them are involved.
Yep.
Grandma, at the least, Grandma knows what happened to Summer, and she knows where Summer is, in my opinion.
Absolutely, she does. Absolutely. Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to start winding this down. Kevin and I are going to start getting ready for the next show. I don't know if we're having a show today or not because I haven't talked to Stacy, Michaela's mom. So it's either going to be today or tomorrow. She's been working nights, and I don't want to wake her up or anything. I know we had discussed today, but I didn't hear from her yesterday. So watch the community tab, and that's when you'll be notified of the next live. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, and you should get a notification. Some people don't get them. I don't understand that, Kevin.
Okay, well, I'm going to buy a purple light bulb.
I think that's a great idea.
I'm going to get a bunch of them, and I'm going to see if my neighbors will put them up.
Yep, and let's share the pictures. I'll put them on the community tab.
Yep, and I was just trying to think anything to say. Well, Outlaw Trucker, we tried to get you on. I don't know what happened, but maybe you can let us know.
If he comes backstage before the show starts, we can help him.
Okay.
So
Outlaw Trucker, I lost your email. Yeah, email me back your email address. But I just want to say thanks to everybody in chat. You guys are the ones that make the channel. If it wasn't for our subs, we wouldn't even be talking. So
Nope. And as always, thank you, Kevin. Doug,
you're welcome.
Great.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, Doug.
Mods, super job. We have the best mods ever in the best chat. I don't care what anybody says. All right, so we'll see you either later this afternoon or tomorrow. Everyone have a super day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.